This would take place weeks after Adam was defeated. Charlie was extremely excited. However, even though more people were flocking to the hotel and it was even proven you could be redeemed, something felt wrong. Something felt off. Something felt empty. Charlie needed something in her life and she didn't know what. She began to sit down and think as Vaggie walked up to her and said, "What's wrong?" "I don't know, Vaggie. I'm happy with you. I'm happy with what we achieved, but I feel like I'm missing something. Something to make my life more whole." Vaggie says, "It's almost like you want a kid." As then she smiled and said, "That's it. I want a child." Vaggie would say, "Are you sure? That's a lot of responsibility, hun. And, well, this isn't really the most safe place to grow up in. Also, we're not even married yet." "Psh, marriage's marriage. We can get married right now. I don't care. And besides, it'll be really fun. Can we? Vaggie would sigh and say, "Alright, I guess. Are you absolutely sure about this?" Charlie would say, "Yes, I want someone to fill me with joy. I want someone I can pass on things to. And I want someone to make me happy. Even though I have you and you make me happy, I want someone who's like me, you know?" Vaggie would say, "I totally agree. But who's gonna carry this baby?" Vaggie says, "Because I don't feel like doing any of that." Charlie would say, "We won't have to. We can just make it out of magic. Are you sure about that?" "Yeah. That's how God created all of us. And, well, angels have extraordinary power. My dad used to be an angel. I'm sure his angelic and demonic powers can do this." Vaggie would say, "Are you absolutely sure?" "Yeah. Let's go and ask him." Vaggie and Charlie would agree as they held hands and went to Lucifer. Meanwhile, we cut to Lucifer, who was crying. He was watching a daytime drama show, and, well, it got to a sad part. "No, don't leave him, Alejandro. No, don't." Suddenly, he heard the doorbell ring as he turned off the TV and said, "I'm coming." As then Lucifer opened the door. "Oh, Charlie, what is it?" Charlie would look at him and say, "Dad, I have something important to ask you." As Lucifer would look at them both. "Alright, I hear your hotel's going very, very well. Do you need me to speak to someone or do something? Or is someone threatening my daughter? Tell me who's hurting my daughter and I will put an end to it." Charlie would say, "No, Dad." "Can you make me a kid out of magic?" Lucifer would say, "I can." "Wait, what?" "Well, I need you to create us a child. It could be a boy or a girl. It doesn't really matter. However, I think that this could go greatly. Don't you, Dad? I mean, having a grandchild would be a great idea, wouldn't it?" Lucifer would say, "Don't get me wrong, Charlie. I want to have a grandchild. That would be great, to have a little one running around, make things more lively, have someone to bond with, have someone to spend time with, to make up for time I missed with you. But I've only ever seen God do it once. And if I get this wrong, it could make something horribly wrong." Charlie said, "I know, but please, Dad." Lucifer would sigh and say, "Alright, but I need both of your DNA." As Lucifer would then take Vaggie and Charlie's hair. As then the ground would start to shake. As he would summon yellow lights, green lights, red lights, lights from all different colors would fill the air. As then a loud noise was heard. Bang, 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 crack, crack, crack. As different noises, as different things were heard all across the night sky, the entire ground shook like a massive earthquake was happening, as suddenly a child was born, a baby girl. As Lucifer smiled and gave it to Charlie and Vaggie. "There you go. What do you want to name it?" Charlie looked at her daughter, at her baby. She started to think of a name, as she said Zero. Vaggie would say, "Zero? Yeah, 'cause there's zero things more important than her." Vaggie would say, "Oh, that's so sweet." Lucifer would say, "Yeah, that is sweet," he would say, as then he smiled. I have a grandkid. Take that, depression." Vaggie and Charlie both laughed as they went into Lucifer's house and stayed there for a little bit. As a little family meetup, Vaggie, Charlie, Lucifer, and, well, Zero. They were all related. They were all family, and they all loved each other. As they stayed there for a few days until they went back to the hotel, Angel would be there. Well, what took you so long?" As suddenly Charlie would show a baby. As Angel said, "What did you do?" Angel would continue to look at it. "So, you adopted." Charlie said, "Well, we might adopt in the future. Having more children would be nice." Vaggie would say, "We just got one child, darling. Let's see how this one plays out for a few years before we get another one. Charlie would say, you're right, but we decided to make one from our DNA, so they can have royal blood. That way, it won't upset the hierarchy too much. Since, as much as we hate it, down here has a lot of hierarchy rules. Angel would say, you use your magic? So it has powers like you? Angel would walk up to it. As the baby looked at Angel, Charlie would say, its name is Zero. As the baby held out its hand, Angel would grab its hand gently. As he would smile, hi Zero, I'm your Aunt Angel. I am pretty cool. Husk would say, why Aunt, aren't you a man? Angel would say, yeah, but most men don't have a chest like this. As Husk would just sigh. Zero would get along with the hotel. It would be tiresome to take care of a baby. For even so, they all loved her. She was a great daughter and a cute baby. It seemed like everyone was happy. But one day, Alistair would walk into Zero's room, as looking down at the baby crib as he sighed. As then he summoned Lilith. As he said, all right, Lilith, let's do this. Lilith would then say a trance. You see, she would cast a spell, which means if she heard a word, she would automatically attack Charlie. Lilith had a plan to get rid of her daughter and to fix everything. However, it was going to need time, as then she left. Or looked, but no one knew what his plan really was. Lilith thought he was just using Zeros to compel and complete Lilith's deal. However, Alistair had another plan. Sure, he was going to use Zero, but not to complete the deal, but to be free once and for all. As then Alistair began to laugh. As then we fast forward some years. Zero would be 14. She would be a teenager, and well, she would be kinda opened. She would be nice, kind, and fair to everyone around her, just like Charlie, and she was pan, which means she only liked people for their personalities. As Zero got along with everyone, one day something would happen, as suddenly someone would walk up behind her, as it was Lilith. Hello, my grand. Aggie looked behind them. It couldn't be. It would be impossible, but it was Lilith. Lilith was gone for so long. How could this be? How could she just appear like this? As Charlie would run and hug her, she said, where were you? I had to deal with something, but now I'm free to be with you guys, and I'm free to be in my granddaughter's life and my daughter's life. As Charlie smiled, Vaggie said, I don't know if we can. Charlie would say, sure, I don't know where she's been, but she's my mother. I know I can trust her. It would take a couple days, but eventually Lilith would eventually convince everyone to trust her until she was alone with Zero. As Zero said, so, Grandma, what do we want to do? Lilith would say, what I want to do is destroy my daughter so I can ensure I can live in paradise now. Execute Order 66. As then, Zero said, yes, ma'am, as she started to walk out, but then she turned around. As Lilith said, what are you doing? I gave you an order. As Lilith walked towards Zero. As Lilith said, go take down Charlie now. But Zero didn't do anything. She slowly pulled out an angelic knife behind her back. As Lilith started to yell at her, suddenly she felt a sharp pain through her stomach. As Zero impaled her with a knife, she fell down, slowly being erased, as then Zero left. Everyone walked in, shocked at what happened, as Alistair would explain that Lilith came to destroy her daughter, and Alistair stopped it. But they were horrified on how Alistair did it. So, Alistair was kicked out of the hotel, but he didn't really care since he was free, and Zero had to live with the burden of being the one to destroy her own grandmother. Even though this event would be traumatizing, they would all still love each other and care for one another. As they stayed together, their family would grow, and so would their love for each other. As the days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into years, Zero grew into a strong, powerful woman, who even got a few boyfriends and girlfriends here and there. Now, would Zero marry someone? Would Zero move out? Would Zero develop some cool powers? Would Zero have her own adventures? Yes. However, that would be a tale for another day. As that's where we're gonna leave things off. I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to give me a tip, there's a thanks button where you would select how much money you want to give me. I really enjoyed this character. I like making OCs, you know. And I made them 0 after the What If I Was in Dragon Ball, which used to be my most popular series and most viewed video until I made What If Frieza Was in Hazbin Hotel. And the Hazbin series took over and just, you know, became such a great series and is what I'm relying on right now. But I'm scared I might be relying too heavily on it. I want to do Star Wars content. I want to do other anime and things like that, because I got tired of Dragon Ball, even though I love Dragon Ball, and I feel like I'm going to get tired of Hazbin soon. I can already see the signs, but at the same time, you all love these videos, and you view them so well, so I'm not going to get rid of them, so I don't really know what to do. What other series do you think? I know a lot about Mob Psycho, but it's just not a long enough series for me to make videos about. I know a lot about JoJo, and I don't know enough about My Hero to make videos. I've thought about it, and My Hero videos do pretty well, and I see there's so many Deku videos, but I just can't. I can't. I'm not in the Deku crowd, you know? I'm not one of those Deku people. I just can't do it. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm happy with the videos I make. But at the same time, I want to do more, so I don't know. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I love you all. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's hit 5K soon. Peace out. You all make my day so blessed.